Jerry, don't moral grandstand to me. You were parking your Cadillac outside of a high school to pick up a high schooler who you were banging in the 90s.
Jerry Seinfeld says TV comedy is being killed by the extreme left and PC crap and people worrying so much about offending other people. Why is everyone so offended? Everyone's so upset.
That's better than I want it to be. Dude, can comedians stop just being the oldest men in the world? And of all people to be complaining about this, Jerry Seinfeld is wild. You wrote the most, not even Seinfeld the show, which was very milquetoast. Love it or hate it, it's a very family-friendly PG show. His entire career has been based off of being family-friendly. He wears a suit on stage. He criticizes other comedians for swearing too much. He says that, being a clean comic is so much harder than being a dirty comic. These are all things I've heard him say in the past. I have the sneaking suspicion that he's just trying to promote his stupid Pop-Tarts movie.
He says, it used to be you would go home at the end of the day. Most people would go, oh, Cheers is on. Oh, MASH is on. Oh, Mary Tyler Moore is on. All in the Family is on. You just expected there would be funny stuff we can watch on TV tonight. Well, guess what? Where is it? This is the result of extreme left and PC crap and people worrying so much about offending other people. I don't think it has anything to do with the left or PC. I think he's talking about streaming. He's talking about the fact that Netflix and Hulu and Max exist. And no one is going MASH is on in 2024 because you can just go and pick what you want to watch on streaming. What does that have to do with the left or PC culture? There are offensive shows on streaming channels. So.
Absolutely. And out of those shows he named, which of those are edgy and offensive?
MASH.
Right. The Mary Tyler Moore
Aldo was.
Yeah, he was edgy, dude. This idea that comedians are being stifled now, I just don't see it playing out in reality. Kill Tony is an incredibly popular podcast. Matt and Shane's secret podcast is, I think, the highest earning podcast on Patreon. It seems to be only the boomers that get hyper conservative about this stuff and start complaining about leftists and PC. It's just changed.
The platforms and the audiences, it's just different than when MASH was on, bro.
Yeah. You also have things like Big Mouth. If you want just purely edgy for the sake of being edgy, you have Rick and Morty.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Look at the show with
Great
your boy,
example.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It was huge. You were on the last season. What are you saying? And if he's talking about the sitcoms and stuff that don't exist, I mean, Abbott Elementary is extremely popular. They just had Young Sheldon, which was extremely popular, which came off of Big Bang success.
There's plenty of, you're right. There's plenty of modern sitcoms. New Girl is a modern, it's not airing anymore, but New Girl was extremely popular.
My God, man.
And your buddy
Jared Carmichael's on HBO showing his ass.
Literally. Overall, the goal of a comedian is kind of toe as close to the line as possible and find something funny in things that are f***ed up. That's a very popular form of comedy. If you're not able to do that and handle the pushback, I don't know how you survive in a room. I don't know how you survive in a club.
Somebody said, what jokes is he upset he can't get aired? Observation about airplane food?
Exactly. The other thing is, if Jerry Seinfeld was to make a classic American TV sitcom today, it would get aired on any network he chose. He's Jerry Seinfeld.
Somebody who could literally walk in any production studio and go, I want this made. First of all, I don't even think you have to say that if you're Jerry Seinfeld. If you walk into a room and throw one page at the desk, they'll go, I'll give you $1 billion. Let's make it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Let's make it yesterday. To be on here saying PC's ruining it, it's crazy. He's speaking from a point of privilege.
And I think he's also trying to appeal to, I think there's a bit of grifting involved in this too. Because again, there is a certain segment of the mass audience as a whole that will respond really well to this and feel like they are the new social justice warriors and that they're fighting for their cause. And so I think aligning himself with those people is going to gain him a little bit of clout, maybe, is what he's thinking. Come at me if you want, but Dave Chappelle fell into this as well, where I think Dave Chappelle has made his late stage of his career, he's made it by, he is a comedy icon, and he is extremely relevant to comedians, putting on shows, etc., platforming a lot of young creatives and everything. But his real success in recent years has been finding one thing that will offend people that he can then cry that people are offended about. And he just continues to press that button over and over and over again because it gives him some form of relevancy and keeps him in the news more than anything else. I don't think even his fifis are that hurt about it. I think, honestly, he just knows that it cashes checks for him to keep targeting trans people because then people get upset about it. And I think the best thing you could do to combat this type of thing is to just let these old dogs die.
Things are coming out about him from the past I didn't even know about.
Well, yeah, that's a part of this too. Jerry, don't moral grandstand to me. You were parking your Cadillac outside of a high school to pick up a high schooler who you were banging in the 90s. This was the weirdest thing about all this, which I don't see people talking about. At one point, he used the excuse of, well, you know, my mother's family is Syrian, and they expected me to get with somebody 14 or 15. They thought she was too old for me. Gross, dude. Gross. Check yourself. Don't moralize to me, dude. Your coffee show was great. Go do eating cheese with stand-up comedians on a bus. I don't know.
Eating cheese and driving boats.
Yeah. Eating cheese on a yacht. Yeah, go make a new season of Eating Cheese on a Yacht and shut the up.